gucken, dass alles richtig eingestellt ist. Jawohl. Hallo und willkommen zurück zu Trade of Codes die Viel. Ja, beim letzten Mal gab es ein bisschen Exposition dann. Dieses Mal wollen wir mal wieder unsere Runden machen. Wie ihr gerade nicht seht, aber jetzt mal sehen könnt, wir haben gerade mittlerweile 21 Stunden haben wir mittlerweile rum. Mal schauen, wie viele Leute dazukommen. Wir haben jetzt gerade, für die, die das nachschauen, wir haben gerade 6:30 am 10. Ich habe bis ca. Mitternacht werde ich jetzt spielen. Trade of Codes, die wahrscheinlich. Oder bis die Kapitel vorbei ist und dann, ja, kommen halt am die Game Awards. Genau, so, dann würde ich sagen, machen wir das Wichtigste natürlich jetzt erstmal. Na, wenn wir jetzt schon die Möglichkeit dazu haben, kann ich mein Handy hier rüberholen, dass falls irgendwas Wichtiges ist, dass ich das nicht verpasse. Wir müssen jetzt natürlich Towa fertig leveln. Towa, what are you doing out here? Oh, are you going down to the surface? If so, I'll get things ready right away. No, it's okay. There's no need to rush. I was just wondering if there was something on your mind. Seems like it. Well, it's not really a big deal or anything, but now that you think I'm acting weird, you're not going to let it go, are you? I'd rather not worry you, so... The truth is, some information came through from a special support section. It's about the airship incident. The crash 17 years ago. Oh. It happened on the route between Corspel and North Ambria. It seems like it's a pretty desolate area, at least in terms of people. I wonder if we might see something if we look down on it from the North Highland. That's an idea. I'm also curious about what happened back then. Maybe I can be of some help to Towa. Natürlich verbringen wir Zeit mit ihr. Hey Towa, here's an idea. How about we go to the North Highland together? Huh? I've actually been discussing this with Gaius for a while now. It sounds like it's going to be one of the major fronts of the war, so doing some recon would be smart. The Merkaba is under repair, so Gaius had kind of given up on the idea, but we should manage just fine if we have Valamar take us there through the spirit path. That would definitely work, but aren't you really busy, Ween? I think it could lead to some really useful information for Radiant Wings. I'm sure Gaius would want to visit his family, and it's not like bringing you along would cause things to run any less smoothly. In fact, I'd wager the opposite. Having you along would be a great help. What do you say? Well... Towa was initially a little hesitant to the idea of coming along, but Ween's insistence eventually won her over. They met up with Gaius and, with Valamar's assistance, took the spirit path there. We really made it. I knew we could count on Ween and Valamar. The defenses are still down. Gaius, you should get going. Right, I'll be back after I check in with my family. I'll leave the repeater to you, Towa. Of course, give your family my best.
Here.
Tschüss, Gaius, wir sehen uns gleich. Okay, guess we'd better get to setting up the repeater. Yeah, maybe we should set it up behind a boulder, where it can't be seen from the watchtower. The airship went down just beyond this mountain range, right? Yeah, in the no man's land right between Albonia and Calvert. The file said all evidence of the incident's been covered up. It seems there's nothing left there. Oh. Hey Ween, thank you. I think I feel a bit better now. As a kid, I was pretty unhappy that I didn't get a chance to say goodbye to my parents. But now, I feel like I can finally move on. You're lying. Huh? Come on, how long have we known each other? You can't hide it from me. You're always putting others before yourself, even more than I do. But right now, there's no one here but you and me. For once, just be honest and open about how you're feeling. Reen. Do I look that down about it? It was 17 years ago. I was only 4 at the time, so I barely remember it all. Ob wir kurz together? Warte. Ja, hallöle Raspo, willkommen. Ich kann dir gerade mal kurz, wo haben wir es? Da. Ich habe auch das offizielle Layout von Jeff Keighley zugeschickt bekommen. Das kann ich dann nachher benutzen. Hallöle, hallöle. Wir haben gerade erst angefangen. Erst vor 6 Minuten, um genau zu sein. Was 17 years ago. Und, das hat schon vorgelegt. Und du hättest gesagt, natürlich nicht. Cyberpunk ist krank overhyped und es geht mir auf den Sack wie sonst was. Just blurry images of people who I guess as must have been my mother and father. Grief isn't determined by time. Besides, that's not all, is it? Grief isn't the only thing you're holding back. It's okay. Just let it out. Reen, why would you say all this to me? I've been trying so hard not to let it get to me, but now... The war's just a few days away, and my uncle's been drafted. Hundreds of thousands of lives, maybe even millions, are hanging in the balance here. I was so happy when Angie came back, I could have cried. But George is still with the enemy, and there's no guarantee he'll change his mind anytime soon. Then there's Crow. It seems like it's impossible for him not to disappear forever when all this is over. We don't even know for sure what will happen to you, Reen. Yeah, my body's linked to the Great Twilight and, well, we all know about my heart. I might be headed toward the same fate as Crow.
Then why? Why are you making me speak from the heart? I've been at my limit so long, trying to keep it in the whole time.
Crow, George, my parents, my grandfather. Everyone I've ever loved has disappeared. If I lose you too, I can't. It's okay, Towa. I'm here. I don't know what the future holds, but I promise you, I won't give up until the very end. So, please.
Ooh, you're impossible, Reen. Even if it's just an empty promise, I want to hear you say it. You bring me all the way out here, hold me in your arms, and still... It's not fair. It's just not fair.
This breeze feels kinda nice, doesn't it? Yeah. Thank you, Reen. I've been holding all that in for a long time. I never realized just how stubborn I am. Angelica and George noticed what you were going through. Everyone was worried, so I took the liberty of doing something about it. I did show you a pretty pathetic side of me before graduation, after all. Oh, right. I almost forgot about that. It was all Crow's fault. Then he came back and acted like it was nothing. Yeah, his behavior still bothers me a bit. Looks like we've both embarrassed ourselves in front of one another, huh? Fate must have brought us together, huh? I consider it an honor.
Hey, Reen. I mean it, you know? Every word.
Huh? It's your fault I'm saying this, you know? I didn't have the courage to bring it up until now. You brought me all the way out here and made me spill my guts. But at least I don't have anything left to be afraid of after that. Towa. Hehe, think of it as payback. I've still got plenty of flowers, want to go offer them together. I'm sure my parents will appreciate it. Sure, I'd be glad to. Once Gaius returned, the group offered another prayer. Afterward, they used the spirit path to return to the Courageous 2. Towa 1, das lese ich noch, danach gehe ich kurz auf den Chat wieder ein. Wo ist denn hier Towa? Hallo? Da. Wie hab ich übersehen? Towa learned the truth about what happened to her parents and went to lay flowers at their grave, giving her much needed closure. Halbe Twitch-Community gespielt hat. Ja, deswegen fuckt mich auch ab. Es gibt aktuell auf Twitch nichts, was man sehen kann, weil jeder fucking Cyberpunk spielt. Trail of Cold ist wesentlich epischer. Ja. Ist es. Nice Overlay, finde ich auch. Ist halt, habe ich nicht selber gemacht, ne? Habe ich halt, wie gesagt, zugeschickt bekommen. Heißt aber, du streamst nur den Stream, so gesehen. Was? Ich bin mir nicht genau sicher, was du damit meinst.
Now.
Aber du streamst nur den Stream? Ja, ich bin ja gerade live, ne? Also ich spiele noch Trade of Cold ja erstmal. Bis zum Stream. Bis dann die Game Awards sind. Und dann gucken wir uns zusammen die Game Awards an. Falls du dann noch da bist und Lust drauf hast. Toll ist dein Waifu, also genieß ruhig, ja. Warte, hier, Gaius war hier unten. Gibt gerade keine Duschszene? Oh wow. Diese Badeszene, Der ist Gaius. Puh. We're just trading, Gaius. Yeah, the full-scale operations are picking up now, so I figured I should go ahead and up my training regimen. Recent events have made me realize just how inexperienced I am. I see. But you can't let what happened to the Merkaba bother you. Everyone, you included, did everything they could. Things couldn't have gone better considering the circumstances. Thanks, Ween. I'm not that worked up about it, so don't worry about me, okay? As a Growl Twitter, I vowed to be of help to you all, Ween. I need to figure out what I'm lacking. That's the focus of my training here. What's he lacking, huh? Well, if I had to say... Hey, I've got a proposal for you, Gaius. How about we pay a visit to Brigadier General Bardius? Huh? Rumor has it his ancestors are warriors from North. So wouldn't that make him the perfect person to ask? Maybe you'll be able to get a few tips that'll help you work on any areas that you feel like you're lacking in. That does make some sense now that I think about it. So he must be pretty busy with the Weisland army. Well, once that's settled, let's make sure you get in touch. Ween and Gaius got in touch with the Weisland army and managed to reach Brigadier General Wallace. They decided to meet up in the Avon Hills since the Brigadier General had operations to attend to close by. Thanks for agreeing to meet with us, Brigadier General. Yeah, we appreciate you taking time out of your schedule. I wouldn't do this for just anyone. But since it's you guys, I got Lady Aurelia to lend us about Cluter. Guess it helped, it was free at the time anyway. Ich weiß nicht, wie ich das jetzt erklären soll. Streamt also die Game Mode, die hier auch vom offiziellen Kanal wahrscheinlich gestreamt werden, als Stream und bist quasi nicht wirklich selber live. Du streamst also die Game Mode, die hier auch vom offiziellen Kanal wahrscheinlich gestreamt wird. Ja, was gleich sein will, ich schalte nochmal den Bildschirm. Wir haben dann gleich, ja, ich glaube, um Viertel nach 12 fängt an. Ich weiß nicht, wann die Pre-Show beginnt, wahrscheinlich um eine Viertelstunde knapp später. dann mache ich weiß gerade mal, bevor ich irgendwas zeige, ich muss gerade mal gucken, nicht, dass ich, ja, okay, gut, ist nur Bild im Hintergrund, okay. Ich muss gerade mal gucken, nicht, dass ich gleich hier irgendwas Privates zeige. Dann mache ich den hier, da habe ich dann den Stream und ich mache quasi, wenn du so willst, eine Reaction. So gesehen. Ich hoffe, das hat deine Fragen geklärt. I may have lost touch with my heritage, but I figure I can still do some good here. I truly am thankful you came. I'm ready to dig into whatever you have to teach me. Whatever it takes to hone my skills as a Grawl Thritter and protect my loved one from whatever danger there may be. Ah, so that's how it is. Say, Gaius, how'd you like to spar with me? Huh, right now? Why not? You've got to put that strength of yours to the test if you want to find your weak spots. But be warned, I will go all out against you and expect you to do the same. What do you say? I'm up for it. Chances like this don't come along every day. Come at me with everything you've got. Fierce battle between Gaius and Wallace followed. Wallace struck out in full force, unleashing moves that had even forced the almighty conflagration into a corner. Gaius refused to give in and with the power of his stigma was able to match his opponent blow for blow. Man, Gaius, you kept pace with him the whole time, that's no small feat. Looked like the rumors about you were true, Black Whirlwind. You're not so bad yourself, soaring Phoenix. You've got some impressive skills. Between your own natural ability and the stigma, I don't see this battle ending anytime soon. Guess I have to call in some friends. Horses? That's right. Thoroughbred war horses from the Bardius family's own stables. They're both fine and courageous mounts. Think you can handle them? We're settling it with a joust, huh? Fine by me. Grak! The battle moved into a head-to-head jousting match. It looked to be a long and grueling fight before either combatant gave in, but then... Kann ich nicht mal sehen, bitte. Oh, schade. Aber ich werde es auch morgen Abend auf YouTube auch hochladen, also von daher... Ah, it's over already, huh? Beziehungsweise du kannst ja generell auch dann den Originalstream natürlich nachgucken. Den hier von den The Game Award. Das wird ja auch auf YouTube auf dem The Game Award Kanal sein. Nicht mein Stream, aber der Original-Signal, sag ich mal. I've got to hand it to you, Wallace. You really gave me what for out there. Turned out to be not so evenly matched as before, huh? Could you tell what the difference was there, Gaius? Yeah, I think so. I had a feeling I'd lost sight of something all this time, but now it's finally starting to fall into place. Gaius. Well, good. All that wasn't for nothing then. Been a while, so I think I'll treat my horse to a longer ride. Why don't you two stay back and rest a bit? You're going to be alright. Yeah, just a couple scratches. I think he had back a little for the horse's sake. I'm still kind of in awe of him, so it didn't take much for him to see right through me. Sounds like you've pieced something together yourself. Yeah, I know now where I've been going wrong. I got so caught up in being a Grawl Thritter that I forgot about what was so important to me as plain old Gaius Warzel. The reason I came to Urbonia, to Source, was to learn about the outside world. To take all I picked up here and turn it into the strength to protect my homeland. You know, thinking back, the rest of us were really amazed by the lengths you were willing to go to. You had to adapt to an entirely new landscape, all for the sake of taking care of what you had back home. That really means something. I can say we're all inspired by how devoted you are to your land and people. Basically, ja, es ist schon nice. I don't know if I'd go that far. I feel like I was just charging in without thinking things through. But it is true, I always had Nord and everyone there at the front of my mind when I did. Even inheriting the stigma and everything we went through during the Civil War was part of that. They were the winds that guided me from the very start, and the reason I'm standing here right now. I guess having wings makes it harder to feel a connection to the people back on the ground. But now, I feel like I finally got my head out of the clouds and back where it belongs, and I'll see to it that it stays that way. Albania is my second home. I protect it to the very end, along with Nord and the rest of the continent. Even the whole world if it comes to that. Haha, you never do anything by half, do you? I'm glad you've got your head together, Gaius. I'll be counting on you then. Of course, right back at you, Wien. Übrigens ein zurück in den ersten Teil in die North Highland, best Chef ever. To be honest, ich fand die North Highlands im ersten, aber wenn noch nicht, vor allem im zweiten, einfach nur unfassbar nervig teilweise. Dieses ganze Hin- und Hergereite immer, das war schon teilweise ziemlich nervig. Welcome back. I was hoping you'd be up for another jousting match. My performance back there was just pitiful. This time I show you what a Nordic warrior can really do. So what do you say, Brigadier General Warriors Bardius? No, this is what being young's all about. You got yourself a rematch, Gaius Warzel. Okay, jetzt hast du nicht die gleiche Meinung wie ich, jetzt muss ich entfolgen. Schade. Following that, we watch Gaius and Wallace's equally balanced match through to the end. A fight. Aus Theorie kommt, das hätte man, der letzte Stern hätte auch noch vorgehen können. Gaius 2. Gaius was so absorbed in his Guard's Ritter duties that he began to lose touch with his roots. He decided to re-examine his priorities. Nein, zugeben, das ganze Hin und Her war schrecklich nervig, aber man konnte sich auch grundsätzlich... Ja, gut. Ich habe noch 3, oder gibt auch noch genau 3 Dinger, die nicht irgendwelche Herzen auffüllen. Good. What's that you're reading? Oh, Instructor, it's a letter from Mueller, actually. He gave it to me before he left. Lieutenant Colonel, huh? He gave you a letter even though we were face to face. That's right, I found it rather curious myself. I only just started to read it, but... Well, it's more family matter than anything, really. No need to concern yourself over it. He wrote me to take care of it when I have the time. That said, preparing for the sanctuary should be our foremost priority at the moment. Huh? Lieutenant Colonel Mueller wouldn't write a letter like this for no reason. Plus, I'm pretty curious, I'll admit. Mal gucken, hab ich... Ah ne, okay, ich dachte schon, ich hätte seine Dinger schon fertig. Dann wäre es irgendwie ein bisschen sinnlos gewesen, das Event zu machen. I'd say you have plenty of time, Kurt. After all, this is my own pupil's family matters we're talking here, not some strangers. If I can help in any way, all you have to do is let me know. I'll be there for you as best as I can. Instructor. Thank you so much. I know it can be somewhat of a burden at times. There's a certain place I'd like to go. Could I get you to accompany me? Natürlich, Kurt. Für dich doch immer. We and Kurt set off together. Along the way they talked about the contents of the letter. Die Trainingshalle. Und Genshin etwas spielt, ehrlich gesagt, nein. Muss ich den Abend wirklich noch Unikram machen und heute habe ich auch den ganzen Tag nichts anderes gemacht außer Unikram und noch ein Video für YouTube aufnehmen und jetzt bin ich live. Und ich habe gekocht, aber das passiert auch manchmal. Ne, so jeden Tag. The Heimdall military police aren't here. Maybe they were reluctant when this became conscription office. The forces were diverted to the Heimdall area, so local offices are empty. Ich habe auch bis letzte Woche fast 2 Monate gespielt, also von daher, ja. Ah, there you are, Kurt. Oh. It's Herbert Mueller. Hello, Mueller. We meet again, Lieutenant Colonel. Ah, yes. Long time no see, Reen. I apologize for calling you away for this. I'm sure you have more pressing matters to attend to. It's no problem. I'm here to lend Kurt my full support as his instructor. If that wasn't enough of a reason, why did you go out of your way to delegate me as partner? I still can't quite believe it. Did you really find Roland's other twin sword? It's true. Well, would you look at that? Roland's sword, clear as day. We found the left-handed one in Raquel, and now you've recovered its pair. We stumbled upon it while we were readying the Courageous too. It was as if something led out to it. I had no idea you already had its pair. It must be fate. You know what I summoned you here for, don't you, Kurt? Indeed, I read the letter. You want me to have Roland's twin swords, under one condition. Instructor Reen and I got through with this trial of yours. Forgive my asking, but why am I included in this? This seems to be a Vander family business. I'm not even trained in the school of swordsmanship, I understand how arbitrary all of this must feel to you, but it wasn't my decision to make. The moment I grasped the sword, I sensed Roland's will. The two of you stand before me as the successor of Roland's dual-blade style and the inheritor of the Ashen Knight. Moreover, your relationship's not unlike Roland and Emperor Gaius, who cut their way through the War of Alliance side by side. Roland died before his time. I refuse to stand by and let history repeat itself with you, Kurt. That's why you must prove yourself more able than him, and you, as a Chevalier, show me you've surpassed Gaius himself. Are you seeing this oil coming off the swords? So, we've got to defeat both you and Roland in spirit. Very well, I accept the challenge. I've long looked up to you and my ancestor of legend. If it's a test of mettle you want, I'll face you both head on. Well said, Kurt. If it's the two of us, I'm sure we can accomplish this much. Let's do it, Kurt. Muss das jetzt? Okay, nee. And so the fierce battle with Mueller began. Mueller, boosted by Roland's spirit, came at them with power even more crushing than they'd seen at the Infernal Castle. But Reen and Kurt struck in perfect sync with each other, managing to turn the battle into an even match. And then... now! Not too shabby at all. Indeed, well done. Roland's equally impressed by the ability you've demonstrated today. You've earned the right to wield his swords, Kurt. Thank you, Mueller. So, how do they look? They fit you perfectly, Kurt. You certainly look the part as Roland's successor. I'm proud of you, Kurt. Encouraging you to join the Brand campus was definitely the right choice. That means a lot to hear. I'm well aware I've yet to reach the heights of sportsmanship or experience you, Father and Roland have, but I've managed to gain so many things nobody else ever could. And I owe it all to the friends I've come to bond with, including Dr. Reen. Couldn't have said it better myself, Kurt. Working together, I know we'll reach even greater heights. Of course. Reen and Kurt bid Mueller farewell, wishing to see him sooner rather than later. They returned to the Courageous, Kurt carrying his new sword, with undisguised joy and astonishment. Genau, das kann ich ausrüsten. Und relativ nah nach dem Erscheinen der Anfang des Abenteuers und dann erstmal aufgehört, weil es einfach viel zu tun mehr. Ja, bei mir war es ähnlich. Ich habe auch angefangen, als rauskam. Ich glaube irgendwie den Tag nachdem es released wurde, habe ich damit angefangen und habe direkt an demselben Tag bis zu dem Zeitpunkt gespielt, wo ich jetzt bin. Und ja, danach gab es zu viel andere zu tun, leider. Tested by Roland and Mueller, Kurt proved himself worthy of a band name and was made heir of the Roland Twin Sword. Ich mag, dass das in dem Spiel hier so sag mal, Skins für die Schwerter gibt. Wobei ich ehrlich gesagt cooler fände, wenn diese Quests vielleicht ein bisschen später im Spiel gewesen wären und sie nicht Event-Items, also Skins wären, sondern vielleicht wirklich einfach die Endwaffe für die. Weil ich meine, bessere Zwillingsschwerter kann man wahrscheinlich nicht finden. Also, ne. Sometime later, Reen was contacted. The donut cushion has proven to be a fine gift indeed. Not only am I able to gaze upon one of the most delectable foods in the world anytime I wish, but I'm also embraced by the perfect plushness. When I hug or sit on it, I quite love it. I'm glad to hear it. I had no idea she'd love a novelty cushion this time. I must give you a gift of similar value in return. Please take this. Rose and crown. Oh wow, this is some kind of magic accessory from Aaron. Indeed, it amplifies mana. May it serve you well. Thanks so much, Rosalia. Was kann das denn? 300 Magieangriff. Kann nicht schaden, wenn Ellie die bekommt. Kann man gucken, für ihn noch hier irgendwas. Goldcoin kann nicht schaden. Ja, generell die Items, die man, ich sag mal, die wirklich komplett optional sind wirklich nice. Also hier das Aaron Pendant, was man durch die eine Quest mit Altina bekommt, das ist sau nice. Du hast hier diese Rose Crown, die ist nice. Es gab noch irgendwas. Man hat noch irgendwas von Patrick bekommen. Von Patrick hat man auch irgendein Item bekommen. Das ist, glaube ich, auch relativ nah. Achso, stimmt, die steht wahrscheinlich gerade in der Küche, deswegen. Irgendwas hatte man auch von Patrick bekommen, das war noch ein relativ nah. War das die Albion Cuff? Ich glaube, die Albion Cuff war. Ja, da. Albion Cuff, die hat man von Ding noch bekommen. Von Patrick, die waren auch nice. Also es lohnt sich wirklich, die ganzen Items zu kaufen und den Leuten zu schenken. So, als nächstes in die Infirmary mit Laura. That should just about do it for now. What are you up to, Laura? Oh, Ween, I was just restocking the ointments among a few of our other supplies. That said, there are actually a few things I'd like to take care of before we head to the sanctuary if possible. More specifically, I'd like to head down to Brioni Island to finish up my training. On my own, of course. I see, you're preparing for a possible showdown with the Viscount then. That's right, Father is sure to be waiting for us. As such, it's my duty as successor of the All-Saint name to improve myself as much as I humanly can. And now may be the only opportunity I'll have to do so. Laura, you needn't worry so much over me, Reen. All that matters is that my father made it through life, no matter what state he may find himself in. When the time comes to face him, I will prove I can rise to the challenge. I swear it, on the blade he himself bequeaths upon me. So that's why she's finishing up her training, but probably something I should be thinking about myself. Would it be okay if I accompanied you, Laura? We'll need all the training we can muster if we hope to get through this coming rivalry after all. Be my guest, Reen. Having you there should make things not trouble at all. Let's be off then. Reen and Laura took Valimar to Briony Island. They decided to finish their training with a no-holds-barred sparring match. They set off to find an appropriate spot. Reen, what's the matter? This present, it isn't possible. The same as what happened with Rosalia? Was? Was macht der Endboss des ersten Spiels hier? Look. That's the thing we fought in the old schoolhouse, Laura Arabonius. Bitte sag mir, ich muss den Kampf nicht selber machen, weil wenn das exakt derselbe ist, dann nur mit Laura und Reen könnte das schwer werden. I was told a number of them appeared in Heimdall alongside the Graal. But it's huge. How could something like that have been there without us? No, it can't be. Could it be due to the Septarian shell buried here? I think so. I mean, it's a fragment of something from before the Great One was formed. Everything that's going on with Operation Jormungand could have set off a reaction between the shell and the spirit vein. Where is it going? Looked like it's heading for orders. Gut, dass das Ding anscheinend nicht weit schießen kann. What insane destructive power! Can't let something like that reach orders. Maybe it's because we're in this subspace, but I can't sense Valimar. The Arcus 2 isn't connecting either. We won't be able to get in touch with the others for a while. We'll just have to stop it ourselves then. Won't be easy, but so long as I'm with you, I know we stand a chance. Together, we'll find a way. You're right, let's go, Laura. Okay, danke. The battle against the giant Laura Arabonius waged long and hard. We and Laura made strategic use of the terrain and gradually pushed the Goliath back. Working closely in sync, they continued their onslaught until finally...
Termination slash dusk!
Now taste the wrath of the All-Saints.
Radiant Phoenix Blade!
Oh. Whew, looks like that did the trick. Nice job, Laura. I knew you had it in you. Your technique just now was every bit as good as the Viscount. Better, even. You think so? It didn't feel quite right to me. Maybe I really have taken a step closer to my father. Ha 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 ha. Laura. That was even stronger than the one we faced before. It's hard to believe the two of us could beat it on our own. Yeah, I guess we've come a long way since we were students. Everyone's been improving little by little over these years we've spent together. Das muss ich auch sagen, das finde ich sehr nice an der Trade-Reihe. Die schaffen es richtig gut, Stärke-Level und Stärken in Relation zu setzen. Also, falls du verstehst, was ich meine. So. Am Ende des ersten Teils war der Kampf fucking hart, vor allem auf Nightmare. Und das mit einem Vierer, beziehungsweise, ich glaube 7 konnte man ja insgesamt einsetzen. Mit dem Team war es schon unfassbar hart und das fertig gelevelt auf höchsten Level und allem. Das war schon fucking hart. Und jetzt haben die beiden den mal eben quasi geoffscreened. Finde ich nice, da sieht man richtig, dass die stärker geworden sind. Everyone's been improving little by little over these years we spent together. Things that seemed impossible for us before are finally within reach now. You're right about that. Even I am beginning to feel that I may be worthy of the All-State name after all. All that's left is for me to confront my father and prove myself. I know we can make it through this, Wien, together. Right. Wien and Laura retreated to the lodge to patch up their wounds. After a short rest, they returned to the ship together.